Every kid loves to play and have fun. However, sometimes things go wrong and some kids do. Today we will look at
the most horrifying kids.
Like and subscribe to stay safe. We all love our parents, but in this incident, a heavy mom unloaded her son
by sitting on him.
This gets disturbing, so let's take a look.
This 340-pound mother sat on her child until he was Jennifer Wilson sat on her son outside of her home in an attempt to stop him from acting up. And the even more disturbing part is that this whole situation was caught on Ring footage. They said the mother was on top of the child for at least 5 minutes, which is just insane. Jennifer was the adopted mother of the young 10-year-old boy who only weighed 90 pounds. And keep in mind, she weighed 340 pounds.
Holy Rumi, 340 pounds is almost the weight of a fridge. Imagine a fridge falling on top of you. Clouds, that is scary.
The boy kept screaming and screaming as his mother tried to call the caseworker. Eventually, the boy stopped moving, and at one point she even asked him if he was faking it and saw his eyelids were extremely When the police arrived, the young boy was no longer and had no But what makes this case even sadder is before this happened, the young boy went to his neighbor's house and begged them to adopt him because he said his parents would face. Jennifer Wilson was arrested and faces only 6 years in prison, which is not enough time at all in my opinion.
6 years for your son is way too little. If I was the judge, I would send her to prison forever. She is so mean. I think Dakota is in a better place now, and I really hope this doesn't happen to us. We all go to the doctor whenever we are sick. However, this boy went to the doctor and ended up This gets disturbing, so watch until the end.
The tank flew across the room, the boy in the head. You see, he was undergoing an MRI scan after a surgery, but during the procedure, a staff member accidentally brought a metal oxygen tank into the room. And when the machine was turned on, its massive magnet pulled the tank into the chamber where the boy was laying. And despite medical attention, he 2 days later.
Oh my goodness, this is super sad. All of this happened because of one mistake from the nurse. The good thing is that the parents won $3 million, but no life is worth just money. I was able to find footage of this incident, so let's take a look.
He was rushed to a routine MRI after a life-saving surgery. The nurse ignored the danger signs and carried an oxygen tank inside. The massive machine ripped the tank from her hands and killed the 6-year-old instantly.
This is so sad. Comment Rip Michael if you will miss him. This next incident is so sad because a 10-year-old girl was trying to save these babies stuck in the road, but she didn't make it out in time
and got over.
Luckily, the babies survived, but let's take a look at this.
This 10-year-old girl saved 2 lives, but lost her own. 𝘂𝗂 Larson was just 10 years old, living in a quiet California neighborhood. She was spirited, protective, and full of love for her family and friends. And that love would soon be tested in the most unimaginable way. On February 22nd, 2016, 𝘂𝗂 was watching 2 younger children ages 1 and 2 playing nearby. Everything seemed peaceful, until it wasn't. A parked SUV began speeding towards the unsuspecting toddlers. Time seemed to freeze as the vehicle gained speed and headed straight for the children.
Clouds, I do not get why this car wouldn't stop for the children. Like, did he not see them? Let's see what happens next.
In that moment, 𝘂𝗂 didn't hesitate. Without a second thought for her own safety, she sprinted towards the children, pushing them out of harm's way. But 𝘂𝗂 wasn't fast enough to save herself. The SUV shot her with brutal force, pinning her underneath. The laughter of the kids playing was replaced by panicked screams as neighbors rushed to the scene. 𝘂𝗂 was then taken to the hospital, but the injuries were way too severe. The brave little girl who had just saved 2 lives didn't survive.
I feel so bad that this girl died just because she was babysitting. I also think 10 years old is too young to be babysitting, as you can get distracted. I think the parents should be held responsible. Subscribe and like to show respect for 𝘂𝗂. Imagine sitting at home
when your house randomly explodes.
That is what happened to this poor girl, so let's take a look.
We first have Creepy SpongeBob saying, "Did you know that in 2012, a girl was filming a YouTube video of her styling her hair when the room burst into flames and she did not survive?" So the girl in question here was a 12-year-old by the name of Linda Rogers who lived in Dallas. And the video in question was a time-lapse of her doing her hair getting ready for a cheerleading competition when all of a sudden a spark goes off and the entire room pretty much just bursts into flames and the screen goes black. And the reason that this more than likely happened was there was a natural gas leak going on in the home, which basically meant that any open flame was going to set it off, and it was just a ticking time bomb. This incident also happened back in 2018, but Linda, of course, was not the person who posted it. Her family actually made the choice to do so, more than likely for educational purposes.
This is so sad. Imagine just recording yourself doing makeup or something, and then your house randomly explodes, and she couldn't even see it coming because the gas is invisible. I found real footage of this, so let's take a look.
Good morning, guys. It is 6:02 a.m. Newly released videos show 12-year-old Linda Rogers getting ready for a cheerleading competition on the morning of February 23, 2018. In a time-lapse video, she's doing her hair when you see a spark. Her family's lawyer says the spark was the house filling up with natural gas and exploding. The Dallas Fire Department says 2 other homes caught fire on the same block where Linda lived, those also blamed on gas.
I can't believe this invisible gas her. That is so sad. And Clouds, why were her parents not home? They could have protected her. The good thing is that this is super rare, so you should be safe from this, Clouds. Do you know the sport hockey? It is basically ice skating and soccer combined. However, a boy was recently ended due to the
Sharp blades on the skates.
This gets disturbing, so let's take a look.
This teenager was during a high school hockey game. On January 6, 2022, 16-year-old Teddy Balkheim took to the ice for a junior varsity match. Teddy, a sophomore full of promise and passion for the sport, was gliding across the rink when he took a fall during the second period. As he lay on the ice, another player, unable to stop in time, collided with him. In a horrifying instant, the other player's skate blade slipped into Teddy's neck with surgical precision, severing vital arteries. The scene turned nightmarish. Coaches, medics, and teammates rushed towards him as he pulled across the white ice. But the injury was too severe. He was rushed to the hospital, but there was nothing they could do. Teddy from the wound.
I think I would poop my pants if I saw that. And the worst part is that Teddy died on the cold ice rink. I wish Teddy wore something on his neck to protect himself, that way he could be alive. But Clouds, these next incidents made me pee my pants, so watch until the end. Do you like roller coasters? In this story, a kid actually fell off one
and was unalive.
This is super disturbing, so let's take a look.
These are the roller coaster failures caught in history, and the final one will break your heart. Number 3, Tyre Sampson. 14-year-old Tyre Sampson was too heavy for the Orlando freefall ride, but staff let him ride anyway. His safety harness didn't lock right, yet the ride still started. When it dropped from 430 feet, Tyre slipped out of his seat and fell to his death.
Clouds, this is horrifying. I was digging on the dark web and found
the real video.
However, I will blur it because it is very scary. Clouds, this video actually made me cry. You can hear the thump and people screaming. That is so sad. Clouds, please be careful about which roller coasters you go on. Do you like rock climbing? Well, this kid was rock climbing when someone threw a rock. This is super disturbing. Let's take a look.
They decided to throw rocks for fun, sending them tumbling down the cliff. But what they didn't realize was that an experienced climber was climbing below. He was nearing the top when one of the rocks, about the size of a bowling ball, struck him directly on the head. His climbing partner helplessly tried to save him, but knew that there was nothing he could do. The hiker who threw the rock later confessed, but despite the tragic mistake, no charges were filed.
Clouds, I can't believe the person throwing rocks did not get in trouble. I did some searching and found a very similar photo of someone falling off a cliff like this. Here it is. Clouds, this is so scary. Imagine just climbing and your rope snaps. Luckily this person lived, but the other poor boy didn't. So comment rest in peace. Being home alone is so much fun, getting to eat as much food as you want and playing video games. But sometimes it can be
super disturbing.
This story gets super creepy, so watch until the end.
It was Christmas Eve, and 11-year-old Juliet was decorating the tree. It was getting late, and her mother called her and said she would be home from work a bit late tonight. Juliet said okay and continued decorating the tree until she was finished. She relaxed for a bit and stared out of the 6th floor apartment window at the skyline of the city when suddenly she began to hear scratching at her front door. She then went up to the door and listened and looked through the peephole and saw a man dressed as Santa.
Clouds, the first red flag was Santa being at the door. Everyone knows that Santa comes through the chimney, and if you don't have a chimney, he teleports into the house. So this is probably a creepy guy trying to break in.
She knew this wasn't Santa and said, "My mom's not home. Can you please leave?" He then screamed, "It's Santa, Juliet. Give me my milk and cookies." Juliet's stomach dropped. She was terrified now. How did he know her name? Suddenly, the man came running back down the hallway with an axe in his hand and began striking the door with it until it broke. Juliet ran and hid in a closet. The man entered the apartment and began saying, Juliet, my pretty, where are you?
I am so scared for Juliet, but Clouds, this is where it gets really disturbing, so I hope she is okay.
He then opened a closet door, and suddenly Juliet jumped at him and stabbed him in the eye with his coat hanger. The man screamed and yanked it from his eye and grabbed Juliet and held her on the ground. He then whispered in her ear, "You can scream and beg for your life, but naughty girls get the axe and nice girls get the knife." Juliet's mother returned home a little after midnight and saw her door hacked to pieces. She ran inside to make sure her daughter was okay. She looked around and began screaming in fear. The Christmas tree was decorated with Juliet's and her head was perched at the top like a star.
Oh my goodness, that is so shocking. I can't believe someone could be so evil to do that to a little girl for no reason. Clouds, this video can teach us to always lock our doors and call the cops if a stranger ever tries to get in. There is a lot of strange foods we may eat, but in this video, this kid
Actually ate a slug.
which did horrifying things to him. Let's take a look.
A teenager ate a on a dare with his friends in 2010. The next day, he was dizzy, nauseous, and felt a weird pain in his leg. Doctors discovered that he had contracted a rare parasite. There was no treatment, and usually the body would just get rid of it by itself. But the parasite's larva got into the teen's brain through his bloodstream, causing him to fall into a coma for over 400 days. When he finally woke up, he had severe brain damage and could only control his eyelids and breathing. He spent the next 8 years completely paralyzed until he from respiratory failure in 2018.
Clouds, I feel sad for this kid, but why would he even eat a slug? They are one of the nastiest slimy things ever. Because of this, the poor boy was in a coma for 8 years and lost his Subscribe to stay away from things like this, Cloud. All of us hate drinking hot drinks, but in this incident, a girl was dared to drink boiling water,
And it ended up unaliving her.
This gets disturbing, so let's check it out.
The boiling water incident. On March 22, 2017, in Florida, 8-year-old 𝘀𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗯𝗲 was at a sleepover with her cousin and friends. The children decided to play Truth or Dare. The game started innocently enough. Then, someone dared 𝘀𝗀𝗯𝗀𝗀 to drink boiling water through a straw. The other children thought it would be funny to see if she would actually do it. 𝘀𝗀𝗯𝗀𝗀 accepted the dare. She put the straw to her lips and drank the scalding liquid. Immediately, she began screaming in agony. The boiling water burned her mouth, throat, and lungs. She collapsed.
This little girl's friends are so evil. Imagine your friends making you do something that would unalive you. That is so sad. Let's keep watching.
The adults rushed her to the hospital. Doctors discovered she had suffered severe internal burns to her throat and respiratory system. 𝘀𝗀𝗯𝗀𝗀 was placed in intensive care. She underwent multiple surgeries. For months, she lived with severe complications from the burns. Her airway was damaged. She struggled to breathe. The internal injuries were catastrophic. Eventually, 4 months later, she died from the injuries sustained from drinking the boiling water. The case shocked the nation. Parents were horrified that such a simple dare could result in death. Warning messages spread across social media about the deadly risks of dares among children. The children who had dared her to drink the boiling water were left traumatized by what had happened. 𝘀𝗀𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 was just 8 years old.
This is so sad to hear. A little girl's life was lost just because a trend. Cloud, please don't do random trends on the internet. We all love eating birthday cake, but in this story, this girl's birthday cake was poisoned,
which unalived her.
This gets crazy, so keep on watching.
As you guys heard, there were no sound effects for this video, so of course, there's not going to be a happy ending. This video in and of itself seems pretty innocuous. This girl right here is consuming a birthday cake, she's smiling, obviously happy, but a very short period of time after this video was taken at her birthday, she would no longer be alive. This is an incident that recently happened, and the smiling girl in the photo behind me is 10-year-old 𝘀𝗀𝗯𝗀𝗀𝗀, and it was her birthday. And for her birthday, her family had ordered a cake. However, unbeknownst to them, this cake contained some sort of pathogen that causes food poisoning. A short period of time after eating the cake, 𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 became very ill, was throwing up, reporting dryness in her mouth, and her other family members were also experiencing similar symptoms. 𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀's condition worsened overnight, and after waking up, she was rushed to a hospital, but was unfortunately pronounced deceased.
That is so sad. So it seems like whoever was making this cake was very evil, as this cake had poison in it, which ended up ending her life. I am glad that her family lived, but I feel sad for the poor girl. But all this talk about cake is making me think of working out. Have you ever ran so much you felt like you almost died? Because that is exactly what happened to this poor boy. This situation is very disturbing, so let's take a look.
This is horrific. A 12-year-old boy in a California middle school has just collapsed and died during PE class. The boy's outraged aunt said that he was being forced to run laps in 90-degree heat for wearing the wrong gym clothes. She claimed that 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏 started to feel ill and began reaching out to the teacher, saying that he needed some water and that he couldn't breathe. She continued saying that when his teachers wouldn't pay attention, he started to try and tell the other kids. But regardless, his condition became more dire and he passed out on the field at around 11 a.m. Emergency services quickly arrived on the scene, but he was soon pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Now, his official cause of death has not yet been confirmed, but an autopsy is being carried out to get to the bottom of it. So, of course, as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
This is so horrible. I can't believe a teacher can be that mean just because he didn't bring his gym clothes. I hope that this teacher was fired, that way she can't hurt any other students. In this first incident, a girl named Tiffany was This all happened in Murder Mystery too, so let's take a look.
This Roblox player has the saddest story. Let me explain. 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗯𝗏𝗏 is a player who just went viral after a Roblox recording surfaced where the worst happened to her. As according to rumors, she secretly took her mom's ID to get Roblox voice chat. This would make her mother so mad that we could hear this coming from her microphone. But here's the thing, there is a lot of rumors about her case, from her being the sister of another maltreated Roblox player, to all of this being just a prank.
What the 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗏𝗏, I feel so bad for this poor girl. This reminds me of another story we will talk about soon. I think this is real, because we can clearly see the girl screaming, which is so sad. I really hope she is still alive, but if she isn't, comment RIP for Tiffany. Clouds, did you know the girl we just talked about actually
had a brother?
His name is 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and his story is very disturbing, so let's take a look.
The saddest Roblox account, 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now, if you guys don't know about this account, basically this girl was recording herself playing and witnessed this. That is a kid who was playing Roblox for 2 hours or so, and the parents, the mom or dad or whoever, got a little angry and got out the belt, which is just terrible.
Clouds, I think these are the worst parents ever. Not only do they hurt their daughter Tiffany, but they also mess with their son too. The good news is that 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was actually able to live and ended up with new parents, which makes me happy. I hope this never happens to me. Guys, did you know there was a big Roblox hacker
who was unalive?
This gets disturbing, so watch until the end to find out who it is.
Roblox hackers that had passed away.
𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
So 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wasn't like any other Roblox hackers. After 𝘀𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's mom had passed away, she went crazy and started hacking. She started hacking games and people that were mean to her. Those things made 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 so popular back in 2019 to 2020. This made 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 go further and she started leaking mean people's passwords. But in June or July it went horribly wrong. 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 had passed away due to a very bad car accident. This made the sister of 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 saying 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in 𝘀𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 This made a lot of people sad knowing that 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 had passed away. Even though 𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was a bad hacker, hearing she passed was very sad. However, I did some digging on the dark web and found out this might have been a myth, as she just posted a month ago. But if this is real, rest in peace to her. Did you know a Roblox player was just unalived
because of a Roblox game?
This is one of the craziest stories ever, so let's take a look.
A Roblox game called Doom by Fate caused the death of someone. This may sound crazy or like a joke, but I'm being for real. Basically, an update came out. A new character had flashy screen effects. This triggered an epileptic seizure in this 20-year-old woman named Kit, which unfortunately caused her to pass away due to the seizure. After I found out about this story, I saw screenshots that pissed me off. Apparently, a developer of the game gave a response, mocking her death by saying she is with 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 interviewing someone named 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋𝗋, who is the friend of Kit. It is on Twitter if you guys want to watch the whole video.
This is so sad, and I can't believe the creator of the game would make jokes about someone losing their life. Like, out of all things, 𝘀𝘂𝗋𝗋𝗃 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋. That is so disrespectful. Clouds, I heard this death was a rumor though, so there is a chance this girl is still alive. I really hope she is. Clouds, I just found a game
that has a dead person's soul in it.
Basically, this person was unalived in Roblox, and his creepy head appears in many games. My friend Flesh played it, so let's take a look.
Okay, let's go ahead and find the game. Is this the game? There's 2 different ones. I guess I'll play both of them. Before we join it though, let's check out the creator's account. I just want to see if... Oh, he's just banned. Okay. He's banned, but his game is still allowed. Okay, let's see what this game has to offer. Alright, there's some eerie music. I'm not a fan of that. No. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Dude, what is that thing? No, get away from me. Oh, he... did he just trip? Okay, alright, I'm gonna dodge him. Dude! Oh, that was a close one.
Clouds, after seeing this video, I'm not sure if this person actually died because the game isn't too scary, but if they did, rest in peace. But Clouds, these next Roblox incidents were so scary, almost pooped my pants, so watch until the end. Imagine spending time with your best friends, and then they... That is what happened to this girl. Let's take a look.
Did you know 2 best friends, their mutual friend, then ran a fake online campaign to find her? It happened in 2018, in a quiet suburban town where everyone thought nothing bad ever happened. The victim, 17-year-old Lily, was popular, kind, and trusted her closest friends without question. One night, the 2 friends invited Lily to a sleepover celebration at one of their homes. She had no idea it would be the last time anyone would see her alive.
What the roomie? Imagine trusting your friends, not knowing they are secretly trying to hurt you. That is so sad.
They attacked her in the basement, leaving no witnesses, then staged the scene to look like she had simply disappeared. Weeks later, police discovered a hidden phone with video footage. The girls had planned the murder months in advance, filming parts of the setup, laughing and rehearsing. The community was horrified. The friends who everyone trusted most had been the all along.
This made me so sad, but I'm glad that the girls got arrested at the end. Clouds, stay away from friends like this. We all love eating yummy food, but imagine you went to your friend's house and they ate you for dinner. This video gets super disturbing, so watch until the end.
There was a girl named Brittany who was going over her friend's house. This was the first time she ever went over her friend's house because her friend just always came over her house. When Brittany got there, her friend opened the door and they then went up to her friend's room. They were just hanging out and talking for a bit when Brittany's friend asked her if she wanted anything to drink. Brittany said yes. When her friend got back to the room, she had a glass of soda for Brittany. Brittany took a couple sips and then continued to talk to her friend. But a couple minutes later, Brittany started to feel lightheaded. She then told her friend that she doesn't feel too good. Her friend then said, "I know, it'll all be over quickly." Then Brittany passed out.
This is horrible. It seems like Brittany was poisoned by her friend. And Clouds, it gets even more disturbing, so let's keep watching.
When Brittany woke up, she was tied to a table with duct tape over her mouth. Her friend's whole family was standing over her smiling. Her friend then said to her, "We are delighted to have you for dinner. I promise it'll be over quickly." Then the whole family jumped on Brittany and began to eat her alive.
That is so terrible. I can't believe they ate her. That is so sad. This is why I am scared to go to people's houses. Like, imagine you're sleeping and your friends try to do something to you. That is exactly what happened in this next incident. Let's take a look.
Bro, can you stop?
This is super scary and sad. After this video, the man was taken to the hospital as he started choking on all the powder and got sick. Pranking your friends can be fun, Clouds, but never take it this far. Imagine having a sleepover with friends, and then you wake up to an extra person.
That is a sleepwalker.
That is what happened to this boy, so let's take a look.
Never let too many friends sleep in your house, because sometimes one of them isn't really human. A boy invited 6 friends for a sleepover. They spread their sleeping bags across the living room floor, laughing, joking, waiting for midnight. Before turning off the lights, he counted them quietly. 7. His stomach tightened. He counted again, slower this time. 7 sleeping bags, but only 6 friends. No extra shoes near the door. No forgotten backpack in the corner. Every face looked completely normal.
Holy huggy wuggy. If this happened to me, I would kick everyone out because of how scary it is.
Hours later, he suddenly woke up. The room was silent. He looked at the floor again and counted carefully. Only 6. Relief washed over him until a cold whisper slid from the darkness behind him.
You don't need to count when I'm awake.
OMG, I almost pooped my pants at that ending. Clouds, always make sure to lock your doors during sleepovers so this doesn't happen. Have you ever been so upset with your best friend that you cry? Well, doing this might
teleport you to the back rooms.
Things get really disturbing, so watch until the end.
If you cry in the back rooms, some interesting things might happen. First, your crying might actually attract nearby entities, but not in the way you'd expect. Some might approach you in hopes of comforting you with a box of tissues, while some might just be quietly watching, as if they're trying to understand you. Second, in certain levels, your crying can trigger strange changes where the walls open up, making the level easier to escape. If you're lucky, even hostile entities might stay away. To survive the back rooms, make sure to like and subscribe.
Holy boba, I never knew that me crying could do all these things. Clouds, let's hope we don't end up here, but if you do, please make sure not to cry. I am sure none of you clouds would steal from your friends, but in this incident, this person stole from their friend and things got really sad, so watch until the end.
You're the worst friend I ever had.
Clouds, in the last part, the kid said his friend promised to never steal his brainroots to gain the kid's trust, then stole from him anyways. Breaking promises is super bad, guys. Even if it's a prank, it is still messed up because you are making a kid stressed for no reason. Never be like this person, Clouds. Imagine coming back home from school and your mom unadded
all of your friends on Roblox.
That is what happened to this poor kid, so let's take a look.
Deleting my son's friend list to make sure it's family and friends only. Yes, I monitor everything.
That's Abby.
Oh, was that Abby?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's me, Gabby. That's Abby.
I feel like this mom is being mean. What did the meatball guy even do? This kid lost all of his friends in one day. I think it is important to make sure your children are safe online, but you don't have to get rid of all of his friends. Did you know that if your windows are open late at night,
your friend will follow you as a skinwalker?
That is what happened in this video, so let's check it out.
If you are inside your home with the lights out, do not look outside your window. Turn on your lights before you look through any window. Do not leave your home if you see a figure outside. Even if he is turned away, do not look at him. Lock all doors and windows before turning off all lights inside your residence. Hide in a small space and call authorities. Do not move from hiding unless you hear an unfamiliar voice. If you do hear a familiar voice coming from inside your home, do not move. He is inside. He is inside. He is inside.
Holy, that ending was scary. Clouds, I never knew this would happen. This makes me worry because my blinds are always open, so maybe someone is watching me. There is another story like this one, but it is much more disturbing, so let's check it out.
If you ever wake up to find your best friend standing silently in the corner of your room, don't call out. If they stay still for over 8 seconds, that's not your friend, and this is not your home anymore. Once they notice you're awake, they'll walk to the door. Follow them. It's your only way out. Rule 1, don't speak to them or look directly at their face. They'll seem blank. If you're too loud, the others here might notice. Rule 2, never lose sight of them. If you do, you'll never find your way out. Rule 3, if you see familiar faces in the rooms, don't make eye contact. They're not real. If one starts following you, ignore it. But if you accidentally meet its eyes, run. Good luck.
This sounds awful. If I ever saw my friend with no eyes, I would be horrified and probably just accept my fate. Clouds, let's just hope this never happens to us. Did you know there is a cursed game you should
never play with your friends?
The game name is Baby Blue, and it is very disturbing, so let's take a look.
Never play this game with your friends. Once there was a group of girls who heard about the game Baby Blue. They didn't believe in it but thought they could scare their friend Laura, so they sent Laura into a bathroom by herself. She turned off the lights, closed the door, and put her arms out as if to hold a baby, then started chanting Baby Blue 13 times. What happened next cannot be explained. Laura felt a heavy weight in her arms. Then she felt the weight in her arms scratching her. She was terrified and didn't know what to do. She wanted to drop it, but she was afraid of what might happen if she did, so she froze, and the weight grew heavier and heavier.
This story just started, and I am already horrified. Like, imagine summoning a ghost with your friends. That's crazy.
Suddenly, she saw a woman in the bathroom mirror with a twisted look on her face. She screamed in terror. When her friends heard her scream, they tried to open the door, but it was locked. When they finally opened the door, they found Laura on the floor. Her eyes had been scratched out. They tried to move her body, but they couldn't, because something large and invisible was pinning her to the ground.
I feel bad for Laura. She ending up getting unalived just because of a silly game her friends wanted to play. Never play scary games with your friends, especially if the game haunts you. A lot of our scary moments happen at school with friends, so let's take a look at these disturbing incidents. When you go to school, do you walk, take the bus, or get driven by your parents? If you said that you take the bus, be very careful as a lot of kids are going missing on the bus right now. Watch out or you might be next.
7:30 a.m., 11 kids got into their school van, and they never came back. This is a true story. It happened in Mexico, 2017. The van drove off like it always did. Nothing seemed unusual until the van didn't return. Parents waited. They thought it was traffic, or maybe a delay. But then the school called. Van never showed up. Not a single child was marked present. Every phone was off. Police began searching. At 11:42 a.m., they found it. A yellow school van, parked on a foggy back road. Engine still running. Doors wide open. But inside, no driver, no kids, no backpacks. Just one thing left behind, a torn teddy bear inside Amina Delgado's school bag. The windows were scratched, from the inside, over and over. The same word, help. There was no sign of struggle, no blood, no damage. Salim's record was clean. His family was confused, terrified. No ransom call, no CCTV, no leads. 3 months later, a boy named Mateo was found in a town hours away, alone. His head was shaved, his eyes blank. He didn't speak for weeks, until one night. He whispered, "The van took us somewhere." And then he said, "It's coming back."
Wow, that bus is still somewhere. Even if they say it's in Mexico, it can literally be anywhere around the world. Be careful, especially if you are a kid, or you might be their next victim. When waiting for the bus, make sure your parents are with you. We have all seen bullies before, and nobody likes them. But did you know? A girl in Japan got bullied so much that she became a school monster, as they are very mean and annoying.
Was bullied by her classmates at school. To escape the bullies, she hid in the bathroom and was later found deceased by her classmates. The toilet was then sealed by the school authorities, as rumors spread that the toilet was haunted. It was believed that if you entered that toilet, the ghost of the Japanese urban legend Hanako would appear in front of you. Before you could react, her spirit would grab your face and pull you into the toilet.
Oh wow! Imagine if you are a new student at the school and don't know anything. So you go to use the restroom and then boom, a head pops out of the toilet. But imagine you were sitting down and that happens. You will die. That's so scary. That's why you should always check the toilets at your school or you might be the next victim. Have you ever been sitting in class and fell asleep before? Well, this is one of the most dangerous things you can do. This video will explain everything.
If you ever fall asleep in class and wake up to find the room empty and the halls silent, you are not in your school anymore. And do not assume you're alone. You are not. You must listen carefully. Here are the rules. 1. If you see a teacher standing perfectly still at the front of their room, staring aimlessly forward, do not enter the classroom or make noise. This is not your teacher, nor is it human. 2. You might hear someone knocking from inside a locker. Do not open it, even if they beg, especially if they beg. 3. The intercom may turn on and call your name. Do not respond. It does not know where you are yet, but it wants to. 4. If you ever come across a hallway that seems to extend on forever, do not take that path. It's a trap. Now you know what to do.
Clouds, this is so scary. I fall asleep every day and I never knew there was a chance of this happening to me. If I was in this situation, I feel like I would just start crying. But now we know we should all avoid this. Everyone watching this video loves their mom. However, the person that sounds like your mom might not even be her, but an imposter. Let's watch this.
In 2009, a teenage girl returns home from school and heads straight to her room, quietly closing the door behind her to discuss date plans with her boyfriend over the phone. Before long, a knock interrupts her. "Remember to keep the door open," her mother calls from the other side. Annoyed, she rolls her eyes and mutters, "Whatever," before stomping over and swinging it open. An hour later, her mother calls from the kitchen. Dinner's ready. Still irritated, the girl brushes off the request and opens her laptop to watch a show on Netflix. As the familiar theme song plays, she leans back in her chair and tries to relax. Suddenly, a dinner plate is hurled from the kitchen, crashing onto the hallway floor. The sharp sound jolts the girl as her mother's voice calls out again, this time unnaturally loud and twisted. "I said dinner is ready." The girl pauses, glancing down the hallway.
Mom?
She calls out, her voice trembling. No answer. Hesitating, she walks down the hall, her heart racing with each step. As she enters the kitchen, everything seems normal, except for a note left on the counter. She steps closer, and her stomach drops as she reads, "Hey sweetie, I got called in for a night shift and won't be home until tomorrow. Call me if you need anything. Love, Mom."
This is why you should always be extra careful. And make sure to talk to your parents after school, and not avoid them, as it could secretly be a skinwalker. Have you ever been home after school, and start feeling weird, and start getting dizzy from your homework and chores? This video explains what to do.
If you ever see an unsettling face in the window of your neighbor's house, do not panic. You are no longer safe in your home anymore, and you must follow these rules to survive. First, do not look at the face again. Every time you glance at it, it gets closer. Second, if the neighbor calls you or knocks on your door, do not answer. That is no longer your real neighbor. Third, ignore any knocks on your windows. Do not even try to see what is outside. Fourth, if your neighbor texts you, do you see it too? Delete the message without replying. Fifth, if you accidentally fall asleep and you wake up tucked into your bed, run outside your bathroom and close your door immediately, no matter how tired you are. In order to escape, you must first go to the basement of your home, which will look unfamiliar to you. Entering the basement triggers the entity, so you must barricade the stairs with large, heavy objects. Sit in the corner of the room and say "run, run" to yourself 92 times to escape. Good luck.
All of these backrooms horror videos always scare me so much, because if I ever saw this, I do not think I would survive, as it is too scary. All of us love to play with fun apps, but a lot of them are secretly disturbing. Today we'll look at
the most disturbing apps ever.
Please like and subscribe to stay safe. A lot of us love 𝗀𝘂𝗋, but did you know it has
an evil virus app?
Let's take a look.
Testing viruses, day 27. This is a Chinese virus with a jump scare. Let's press it. This looks pretty innocent so far. Let's translate it. This is what it said. When I translated it, I'm not sure who 𝗀𝘂𝗋𝗋 is. Let's click to start playing. Out my ears. I had to blur its poop fetish. Also, this popped up just then saying it will hack my number and send my contacts crude messages.
What the pomni, that jump scare was horrifying. Did you guys see how sus that photo on screen was? I always thought 𝗀𝘂𝗋𝗋 was safe, but maybe it isn't, so please be careful, clouds. Japan is super cool. However, they have a disturbing app called
the Scissors app.
Let's take a look.
Testing viruses part 99. This time Japanese virus? Yes. Nothing. How about no? And I will lower the volume. Let's delete now.
Clouds, this jump scare almost made me cry. For some reason, all these virus apps had jump scares which can scare kids. Please don't download random viruses, or maybe this will happen to you. We all love Talking Angela, but there is actually a secret version
which outlives you.
Let's check it out.
Explaining viruses, part 5.
My Horror Angela 2.
My Horror Angela is an app that pretends to be Talking Angela. When you open the app, it closes again, and you hear Angela singing in the background. But it sounds disturbing because she's singing backwards. When she stops, your phone screen glitches, and these eyes appear on your screen with an eerie, loud noise that hurt your ears. Then, your phone will turn off because the virus has hacked your system. Please do not download this game on your phone. I warned you.
This sounds super horrifying. I was able to find footage of this app on the dark web, so here it is.
Testing viruses part 7.8. This time My Horror Angela. Let's open it. Let's allow the permission. By A.
Clouds, this app wasn't too scary, but it is very disturbing. Please don't download this app, as I heard it can curse you and your family. I was digging on the dark web when I found an app called 𝗀𝘂𝗋𝗋, which
puts curses on you.
This gets really dark, so watch until the end.
I don't know if I want to click on it again. It's scary, but
No way. Oh no, I lost my data. No, not my data. No, I can't stop it.
It seems like this virus does very bad things like playing curses, while also getting your location and delete everything on your phone. I'm going to stay very far away from this. A lot of people like to track their workouts with an app. However, this creepy fitness app tracks your location and
sends a monster to your house.
Let's take a look.
Testing out viruses, part 1. This is 𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗃. Just type in random.
Clouds, I think my ears are ringing from how loud these jump scares are. The people that made all these apps must be super evil. Why in the world do they want to jump scare everyone so bad? This is one of the more dangerous apps, so please stay away from this. Do you have TikTok on your device? There is actually a secret version of TikTok called TikTok Plus, but it is 100 times more horrifying. Let's take a look.
Testing more viruses. Today we have TikTok Plus. What in the... My phone froze for a second. No matter what app I go into, the noise won't stop! My phone turned off, so yeah.
I think this is the scariest virus. Imagine downloading this late at night, and the sound just gets louder and louder. I'll pee my pants. Please don't download this. Do any of you love Dandy's World? This app looks exactly like Dandy's World, but things get really disturbing, so watch until the end.
Tested malware, part 57, I think. This time a Dandy's World ripoff. Once I started, I already noticed the image looked weird. Then the colors were really vibrant and a dandy. Just appeared on my screen and started to do stuff on my device. Then finally, this happened. Honestly, I have no idea where that image is from. Also, I couldn't move my phone. It was frozen.
This is one of the most disturbing virus apps, because it looks real at first, but the more you play the scarier it gets, which is bad for kids, so be careful about which Dandy's World you download. This next disturbing app is called TripDown. For some reason it is based around animals, so it plays animal noises as it hacks your device. Let's take a look.
Testing malware, part 1. This time, TripDown. That seems like a kinda cult. This was indeed one. When I tried to check the key thing, my phone got totally cooked. I couldn't open anything. As usual, they changed my wallpaper and, well, the sounds were loud. ASF. Not only that, but my phone started overheating. It didn't do anything more than that, but this kept on happening for a while. Even if I shut my phone down, the sounds kept on playing.
This app doesn't seem too bad, because all it does is play sounds without scaring. However, it still completely hacks your phone, so it is not safe to use. Do you have an Android device? This creepy virus called
𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃𝗃
targets Android devices and deletes them. This gets really disturbing, so watch until the end.
Testing Arabic Android virus.
This is so disturbing. I heard online that the screams are from someone who got trapped in this evil app, but I don't know if that is true. But clouds, these next apps almost made me poop my pants, so keep on watching. If you play Roblox or use TikTok or YouTube, you have probably heard of Grow a Garden. Grow a Garden is a game where you take care of your garden and plants. However, there are some apps in the Play Store that are supposed to help you grow your garden, but secretly track you as well as scare you. Let's take a look at some of them.
Let's talk about
Grow a garden virus.
There is an app that pretends to be Grow a Garden. If you have the app, it looks normal from the outside. When you go in, you can choose between seeds or pets. If you take pets, you can choose a few pets. But if you choose a pet, it is already too late. The app closes itself, the colors are reversed, and a loud noise comes. Things are flying around on the screen, and your phone is getting very loud and slow.
This sounds insane, and I can't believe Grow a Garden would add something like this. I was able to find a video of someone testing the virus, so let's watch this.
Testing malware, part 64. This time, a Grow a Garden copy. Really crazy virus. Huge epilepsy. Warning, BDW. In this part, I picked raccoon. Who's randomly... I don't know if this happens with any pet, or is it different every time you pick another one? And then, gonna let y'all see the virus without pets.
What scared me the most was the face at the end. I also heard from people that your phone will explode. This makes me scared to play Grow a Garden, so I will just play Still a Brain Rot instead. The next app we will talk about is 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏. This app started off as super innocent, but it eventually got super dark and said some very inappropriate things.
Let's talk about 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏. 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏 is a voice messaging app which is allow you to record it at 30 seconds voice messaging with 3D animals, celebrity, and more. Also, it got popular and has lots of visitors of PPL, and the most well-known is 𝘀𝗂𝗯𝗏𝗏𝗏 the bunny meme. She makes the 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏 bunny to say cuss word, like the F word and more. When everyone saw it, it got really popular, and it got more visitors. Everything is going good, until, on early April 1.2017 it got shut down. No one knows why. Maybe it might be the 𝘀𝗂𝗯𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 bunny? And here is a video. 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏 bunny cussing of minions, tampon.
Clouds, this video is pretty crazy and interesting, so I hope you all are ready.
Is this a joke? Minion tampons? Minion tampons? Because yeah, you're having your period. You're bleeding against your will. So why not just shove a I mean, what's next? Minion dildos? Why would anyone want to shove a minion into their I swear to God this—
Bye guys.
As you all could probably tell, this cute bunny thing curses a bunch and talks about bad stuff. I think that this app was shut down because people were making the bunny say bad stuff, and the creators of the app didn't want to get in trouble, so they completely deleted the app. The game was also getting old and stopped working, so that could be why it was shut down. There are still some versions of the app out there, but most of those are virus apps, so please don't download them. The next app we will talk about is 𝘀𝘂𝗏 the virus. You may have heard of 𝘀𝘂𝗏 the steak before, but this is like the virus version of that. It looks innocent until you notice that 𝘀𝘂𝗏 the virus has a creepier smile than the regular app. Let's watch this person download the virus help.
Testing viruses, day 21. This is a 𝘀𝘂𝗏𝗏, the steak virus. It looks quite different to the original app. Let's click it. Let's press allow. Creepy, a 𝘀𝘂𝗏 image. Also, it's screaming so loud. My wallpaper has changed to another distorted image of 𝘀𝘂𝗏. The second I went to move the app, it instantly bricked my device rip.
As soon as that loud sound played, I jumped out of my seat. This is probably one of the most creepiest apps we have looked at on this channel. Sadly, this app broke this TikToker's phone, so I feel very bad for them. Clouds, please don't download this, as your location will be tracked, and even more bad stuff. Cookie Run is a very popular app. that I am sure a lot of you all play. I have not played it, but I think the goal of this game is to create a nice kingdom. However, while looking for apps, I found very disturbing footage of this app, so let's watch it.
Testing malware part 51. This time Cookie run a copy I found in Happy Mod. I had to lower up to the sound because it was too loud, and it still is for some reason. Guys, do not get things you see in apps like this. I couldn't really do much. I was trying to move my phone or remove the tabs, but my phone was really slow and I couldn't do anything. In real life, I couldn't lower the sound. At the end it terminated my phone. My phone was so hot, I felt like it was gonna explode. PLS never get things like this.
That was genuinely very disturbing. I think I might have nightmares tonight. It seems like this is a fake Cookie Run app, made by hackers to do bad things to you. This means the real Cookie Run app is still safe. However, I would be very careful to not download the wrong app. That way nothing bad happens. The next app we will talk about is Evil Five Nights at Freddy's. Most of you all have heard of normal Five Nights at Freddy's, however, this one is even scarier than that, and much more sinister. It is hard to find footage of this game, but I found one video, so let's watch this.
Testing malware, part 59. This time, Fred Bear game. Everything genuinely happened so fast. I already knew this one wasn't gonna be a normal one because the icon, but the first moments looked normal. Until I got the call. Until the call was Hanabi answered, I got this Lamondo photo. These creepy images. My wallpaper changed and also my phone was being so slow. Another thing is that the apps I have deleted. I was trying to check out my apps, but it didn't let me. Everything happened so fast.
That was so horrifying because the game looks so real. I did not expect the jump scare or the game to be evil. I think I would have accidentally downloaded this app because of how real it looked. If any of you clouds happen to be fans of FNAF, I recommend not downloading this. A lot of you may know 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗯𝗏. However, a new creepy update has come out with this game, so let's take a look.
𝘀𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗃𝗃. There's button right here, but you can't see it. This isn't game. Save.
Holy boba, I am glad I saved this one for last because it is super horrifying. Please do not download this cloud. Commercials are supposed to sell you good things, but some of them are very creepy. Today we'll look at
the most disturbing commercials ever.
Like and subscribe to stay safe. Japan is a fun country, however they made the most
disturbing commercial.
Let's take a look.
Have you seen the cursed Kleenex commercial? In the 1980s, Kleenex released 3 Japanese commercials featuring a woman in a white dress and a child dressed as a Japanese ogre. Apparently, people who saw these commercials filed complaints to the company saying the ads were unnerving. On top of that, rumors began to spread that the film crew all met untimely deaths. The lead actress was placed at a hospital after a mental breakdown, and that she perhaps became pregnant with a demon child. So, Naruto?
Holy huggy wuggy, so apparently this ad curses you. Let's take a look at it. After seeing this, I will never watch this video at 12 a.m. But clouds, this next commercial is super disturbing, so keep on watching. Do you like ice cream? Well, this person would actually unalive people and turn them into ice cream. Let's take a look.
There's good reason for my glistening skin, and how I shine, and how my pores are so clean and clear. I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet.
Is anyone else creeped out by this? The way he says little baby's ice cream is so weird. Maybe it's actual babies and not just ice cream.
The ad was supposed to make you curious about Little Baby's ice cream, a brand known for quirky flavors, like Earl Grey sriracha, pizza, or even cucumber dill. But for most people, it just made them rethink dessert entirely. Was it effective? Sure, people are still talking about it years later. But did it make anyone want ice cream? Highly doubtful. What are other commercials you think are disturbing?
Clouds, if I saw this late at night, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I found a video of someone who was turned into this ice cream monster. Let's check it out.
Ice cream, ice cream!
Ice cream, ice cream.
Ice cream, ice cream!
Ice cream, ice cream.
Holy Lily love braids. I don't know if I should be laughing or screaming. This is so funny, but also scary. Clouds, I think we should stay away from the man in these videos. One day when I was a kid, I was watching 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏. That is when a disturbing ad for a restaurant came on. This ad changed my life, so I censored the really scary parts.
I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance, who I won't be marrying this weekend, because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there, and they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Imagine just watching your favorite show 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏, then this comes up on your TV. I was so scared. The good thing is that it teaches us to be safe, so please be careful in the kitchen. Do you have a dog? Because this commercial made people sell their dog because of
how scary it was.
Let's take a look. People are scared of this dog because it is a skinwalker, and the rumor is that if you eat this dog's chips,
you will also become a skinwalker.
And Clouds, if you though this ad was creepy, this next commercial is even worse, so keep watching. This commercial made me cry because someone was actually
unalived in it.
The ad starts with a mom cleaning up her house, but then it becomes disturbing. Let's take a look.
Kids, they're bundles of energy, but they need the right snacks to keep them going. That's why I give my kids Freddy bars. They're full of...
Boats, I love smaller boats.
Ma'am.
Preventing trips around your home can be as easy as tidying up toys.
I can imagine how scary this is for a kid. Like, imagine you are watching TV and someone's mom gets ended right in front of you. What if that was your mom? That is so sad. If this shocked you, this next commercial really will. We all love Gushers candy, but did you know Gushers had a commercial so disturbing that they are making a movie after it? Let's take a look at this creepy ad.
This commercial lives right in our heads.
Very different. Totally appealing. Punch Gushers, the fruit snack bursting the juicy fruit punch in the middle.
Clouds, this is horrifying. I mean, their faces literally exploded on TV. This was so creepy they made a movie about it. Here is the trailer.
None of this is working. It doesn't feel real.
It must feel absolutely real. We got a commercial to finish.
Holy Rooney, it seems like this movie is about people being turned into fruit heads and exploding. I will not be watching this movie because it is too scary, but if you want to watch, the name of it is Fruit Heads. Did you guys know that there is a banned commercial from M&M's that is disrespectful to people with different skin colors? Let's see what happened.
Daddy?
I just think there's a reason that we come in different bags.
Daddy, all that matters is he's sweet.
He ain't half as sweet as white chocolate.
I hate you!
New M&M's dark chocolate.
I am not sure why they would air this, because it is so racist. I feel bad for the blue M&M. All he wanted to do is have dinner, but he got bullied. Clouds, make sure you are being nice to everyone. Chips are one of the most yummiest foods ever. But in this commercial, a girl sees someone eating chips and
does the unthinkable.
Let's take a look. Clouds, this ad is very inappropriate. Basically, the man was eating chips and the girl really wanted some, so she licked his face. This ad isn't too disturbing, but it definitely shouldn't be on TV. McDonald's has very yummy food. However, there is a banned commercial where
Ronald McDonald would stalk people.
Let's take a look. Clouds, imagine trying to sleep, and you see this at your door, and it only gets creepier, so keep on watching. Clouds, if I hear him say McDonald's one more time, I might pee my pants. This is by far the creepiest video yet. I will never eat at McDonald's again, but if you thought this is bad, keep watching as the videos
get even crazier.
Faith. We all love dogs, but there is actually a dog that tries to unalive you named
Smile Dog.
Let's watch this video on him.
If you've been on the internet for quite some time, specifically the creepy corner of the internet, you already know exactly what we're talking about. First, we start off here with an image of a German Shepherd wearing some sort of mask saying scary, nah. Then it shows an image that went viral last year showing a husky smiling and sitting outside of somebody's house. But the story for this photo is that this person was just sitting, they noticed this husky had been staring at them for quite some time, and when they checked back hours later, the husky was sitting in the exact same position, looking like it was smiling. And this image and story bears a lot of similarity to a creepypasta that used to be extremely popular by the name of Smile Dog. In this particular creepypasta, there's this photo of a Siberian husky smiling that's said to make people that view it insane and also force them to send it to other people within their group. And if they don't send this image to people within their group, Smile Dog will kill them.
So basically, Clouds, if this image comes up on a video, you have to share the image with a friend. Luckily, I am protecting you guys, but if you want, you can share this video link. I think this story is true, because I have seen a dog stare at me like this at a park, so stay safe, Clouds. Imagine going to sleep, and when you wake up, an eyeless man is staring at you.
Eyeless Jack
is one of the scariest images ever. Let's learn about him.
We need to talk about Eyeless Jack. Eyeless Jack is an entity that almost looks human, except it has empty black holes where its eyes should be, and sometimes with black liquid dripping down his hollowed out eye sockets. One person named Mitch actually encountered Eyeless Jack, and it began when he went to the hospital and the doctors found something very unusual. Somehow Mitch's kidney was missing. It was surgically removed overnight.
So what I'm hearing is that Eyeless Jack takes people's body parts when you're sleeping. Imagine waking up and your whole arm is gone.
With a small incision that was perfectly sewn up. The next night, Mitch woke up around midnight to a loud thud in his bedroom, and that's when he came face to face with Eyeless Jack. This entity was staring directly down at Mitch from his bed. Mitch grabbed a camera and took this photo, which made the creature lunge towards him, clawing at his chest trying to get to his lungs. Because despite not having eyes, Eyeless Jack can still see you. He can remove your organs while you're sleeping, and sew up the incision perfectly so you don't even notice. So be careful next time you fall asleep.
Clouds, it is late right now and I am scared to go asleep. I found a video of someone encountering Eyeless Jack. Let's take a look.
Hard you try to move, you can't. You're paralyzed with fear. It's painful and terrifying. The weight on your chest becomes heavy.
Clouds, I don't know how we are going to sleep tonight, but I pray that we all stay safe.
Jeff the killer
is probably one of the most scariest photos on the internet, but his background is even worse. Let's watch a video on it.
The boys cornered the boy named Jeff and set him on fire. Later at the hospital, Jeff is awake, but different. Underneath the bandages, his new face was pale white and his lips bright red. He was happy and laughing. His parents showed concern, but the doctor said it's just his medication. It'll wear off, but it didn't. Later that night, Jeff burnt his eyelids off and carved a smile into his cheeks. His parents tried to stop him, but they couldn't.
I feel bad for Jeff and his parents. Like, imagine taking your kid to the hospital to help him, but your kid goes insane and unalives you. That's so sad.
Jeff's brother Lou had returned home from jail that night and was sleeping.
What the rooney? Imagine being Jeff's brother, trying to sleep, and then all of a sudden Jeff has a knife out. That would horrify me. Luckily, Clouds, Jeff hasn't been spotted in years. Let's hope he doesn't come back.
𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗯𝗏
is a creepy photo that looks similar to Michael Jackson. A lot of people believe it is Michael Jackson's ghost, and if you see him, he will unalive you. Let's watch this video on him.
Would this keep you up at night? This 13-year-old YouTube creation has been watched by millions and surely creeped out every one of them. This is the animatronic king of pop, 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏. There are those who think Michael Jackson is still alive. This hideous build, though, is fooling no one. Its name is a shortening of the "Any Are You Okay" line from the king of pop single Smooth Criminal. It would keep anyone awake at night, as it's far too easily imagined creeping into your bedroom.
So this video says that this photo is fake. However, this is not true, Clouds, as I just found some videos of 𝘀𝘀𝗯𝗀𝗏 and they are super disturbing, so watch until the end. Clouds, imagine seeing this in your room late at night. I think I would pee my pants. Look at this video too. Clouds, out of these things, this was the creepiest to me. But the next photos and videos are insane, so make sure to watch until the end. This next story is about a girl whose skin was melted off. Basically, what happened is that she was eating a burger, that is when someone stole it, and she chased him for it back. But then the burger thief kidnapped her and did bad things. This video will show what happened.
Who are you? Please let me in. Huh? Please let me. What? What's wrong with you? It is me. Did what? It took my daughter. Burger? Please let me inside.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I saw this in the corner of my eye, I'm hitting her with a frying pan. That's how scared I am. But I also do feel really bad for her. Like, imagine someone steals your food, you try to get it back, and then all of a sudden you are being melted alive. That sounds horrifying. We all love to watch stuff on the internet. However, some things on the internet are dangerous and can even unalive you. Today we will find out the truth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype the video to stay safe. The first story we will talk about is
the Rabbit Man.
This was a disturbing person who would take kids on Halloween. This video will explain everything.
Did you know that in 2008 in Alabama, an entire neighborhood canceled Halloween after 22 children vanished following a person dressed as a rabbit? It was supposed to be just another normal Halloween night. A quiet neighborhood in Alabama, houses decorated, pumpkins in the windows, kids in costumes running door to door for candy. But that night, someone different showed up. A man wearing an old, dirty white rabbit costume. No one knew who he was. He wasn't part of any house on the block, but the children followed him. They said he called them, promised better candy, a bigger house, and one by one, 22 children vanished that night.
This sounds so scary and dangerous. There is no way those kids weren't hypnotized, because why would they follow a random man into the woods?
No screams, no witnesses, just small footprints, leading to a dirt road, and at the end of it nothing, just an old broken sign with a painted rabbit on it. Police searched for weeks. Helicopters, search dogs, night patrols, but no clues, no trace, nothing. After that year, had the neighborhood never celebrated Halloween again. Houses stayed locked, lights off, and even today some say, if you walk through there, you can still hear children laughing deep in the woods, and sometimes people swear they've seen a white rabbit waiting in the dark.
I feel so bad for the kids. Clouds, I recommend to never go trick or treating in this neighborhood unless you want to be kidnapped by a white bunny. The next internet incident is called
Hi Walter.
And when I first saw this, I almost pooped my pants because it was very disturbing. Let's look at this video.
Hi Walter. I was at the mall today and guess what happened? I met the most wonderful girl. We went shopping at JCPenney's and she tried on a lot of clothes. And she ended up buying a whole lot of them, you know what I mean?
So it seems like this creepy guy was talking to a girl at a store and they became friends. But this is where things get dark, so keep watching.
I know she hates cameras, Walter, but I'm gonna show you her anyways. You ready?
Holy K-pop, I have never felt so bad for someone in my life. This poor girl was just shopping and that's when she got kidnapped by a grown man. And then this creepy guy had to record her. That is so sad. Hopefully she can escape his house. The next story we will talk about is Birthday Mare, and this may sound friendly or a bit silly, but this is actually a scary place that can unalive you. This video will explain what to do if you get stuck here.
If you ever wake up in the middle of a funhouse and see a donkey piñata with a woman's face approaching you from the darkness, do not hit it with a stick. That's how it feeds, and you don't want to know what's inside.
That looks horrifying, and it seems like if we hit the piñata, something inside it will eat us. Let's keep watching to see how to escape this.
Please follow these rules carefully to survive the night. 1. In the living cake room, light only one candle. If more than one flame appears, blow them all out immediately. Those extra flames belong to the eyes inside. 2. In the balloon hallway, push aside only the balloons that smile. If you touch one that frowns, the whispers will follow you into the next room. 3. In the gift box corridor, place your hand on the largest box but do not open it. Instead, whisper a secret you've never told anyone. If the box rattles back, keep moving quickly. To survive, return to where the piñata hangs. Offer it the unlit candle, the pop balloon scraps, and the bow from the largest box. If it starts to sing happy birthday, your everlasting soul is forfeit.
That ending really scared me. So Clouds, even if you do all the steps, there is a chance that you may still get eaten by the piñata, which is scary. So my best advice is to stay as far away as possible from this place. The next internet story we will talk about is
The Clown Man.
This is similar to the Alst one because you have to escape. This video will explain everything.
If you ever wake up in your childhood bed and see a tall clown facing the corner of your room, do not speak to it. It's trying to turn you into a kid again so that it can eat you.
If I saw this in my room, I don't know if I could do anything but cry.
You must get out of the house immediately. Follow these rules. 1. Sneak out of bed. Do not step on any toys. If you do, the clown will know you're awake. 2. When you pass your parents' room, don't say their names. They'll be standing in the dark, grinning too wide. They are not your parents anymore.
This part is sad because I wouldn't want to lose my parents. Comment if you love your parents.
Do not trust them. 3. In the kitchen, there will be a strange fruit in the basket. Take it. You'll need it. 4. Go into the backyard. There will be a tree with a face carved into the bark. It will be breathing. Feed it the fruit. Don't ask why. If the clown appears in the window behind you, do not wave back.
I know the guy said to not ask why, but I am so curious why we need to feed the tree that slimy weird fruit. Clouds, I do not know how to avoid this from happening to us, so let's just pray this never happens. But these next stories are insane, so please watch until the end. The next internet video is called
The Man in the Window.
And this live stream is horrifying. This video will explain everything.
March 2025, TikTok user Hannah GUK was doing a casual late night live stream, just chatting with her followers, when something strange happened. Now, in the moment, Hannah didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, but her viewers did.
I've had enough of this, mate. Look at the state of you, you stupid little... Not you. You! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? This was live and you saw this?
Clouds, if I saw this, I would actually poop my pants. Like, imagine turning around and in your window, you see some creepy monster. That is horrifying.
But her viewers did.
Pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos.
Oh my God!
Muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗶 del 2018 más o menos que tiene.
Mate, that is fucking horrible. That is horrible. That is absolutely goddamn horrible.
El cabello cortito y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver. O sea, ella se ve increíble, tenía el cabello súper bonito y yo parezco. No sé, o sea, ¿qué opinan ustedes?
The face of something can be seen peering.
The face of something. The face of death!
Inside, it lingers there for several seconds, as if watching her.
Yeah, this is super scary. All of you should close your blinds at night, so no creepy person watches you. This next story is crazy, because someone was hiding in this girl's closet while she was live streaming. This video will explain everything.
Hey guys, so someone commented in one of my videos that I use the Milani 05 Soleil. So I'm gonna try that on and
This one is so silly and scary to me. Like, why would she go to the closet where someone is hiding? That is so dumb. If I was her, I would have ran as far as I can and jumped into my pool. But Clouds, these next live stream moments are crazy, so watch until the end. The next person we will talk about is the playground man. Clouds, you may think this is innocent, because it's probably just kids playing at a playground, but it's very dark, so watch until the end. I'm not sure if I am just a scaredy cat, but this is probably the most horrifying thing I have ever seen. Clouds, I really recommend not going to the playground late or night, or this will happen to you. This next story is about a girl whose skin was melted off. Basically, what happened is that she was eating a burger, that is when someone stole it and she chased him for it back. But then the burger thief kidnapped her and did bad things. This video will show what happened.
Who are you? Please let me in. Huh? Please help me. What? What's wrong with you? It is me. Did what? It took my daughter. Burger? Please let me inside.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I saw this in the corner of my eye, I'm hitting her with a frying pan. That's how scared I am. But I also do feel really bad for her. Like, imagine someone steals your food, you try to get it back, and then all of a sudden you are being melted alive. That sounds horrifying. But this next story is insane, so make sure to keep on watching Clouds. The next person we will talk about is the Jessica. This woman had a passion for the ocean and loved dolphins. But one day something went wrong, so let's see what happened.
It's over for Jessica Radcliffe. Yes, you waited well. She lived for the ocean, for creatures that run at its doors. I explain everything to you, but just take a second to subscribe. Do not pass this video without leaving rest in peace in the comments. She was already one of the most respected coaches in the world. His passion for orcas was deeper than his career. It was an obsession with life. A dream that led her to every step by her real name, Marina 𝗀𝗀𝗯𝗏. A young, smiling orca trainer, loved by everyone. And yet that day, something changed. The orca she considered her friend, her partner, suddenly changed her gaze.
I feel so sad. What did the orca do that? Let's keep watching.
In a flash, he catches it. Trains at the bottom of the basin. The water becomes red. The cries are drowning in silence. The public remains frozen, helpless. And the cameras film what many describe as one of the most terrifying moments ever seen in a marine park. Except that after this drama, nothing, no trace, just viral videos, rumors, and this name.
Clouds. I feel so bad for the poor woman. She just wanted to have fun with her orca, but it ended up killing her. Comment rest in peace for her. This next story is insane, because this person actually died on a playground swing, which is crazy. Make sure to watch until the end to hear this story.
This has to be one of the most tragic incidents involving a child you will ever hear. On May 22nd, 2015, 25-year-old mother 𝗴cie 𝗀𝗃 took her 3-year-old son 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏 Dino Lee to the park for some quality time. Once they got there, 𝗴cie placed her son on one of the swings and began pushing him. All was good until 𝗴cie started hearing voices around her and found herself in some sort of trance and was unable to lift 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏 out of the swing.
This already sounds scary. What if a monster took control of her?
And when she snapped out of it, she found herself pushing her dead 3-year-old son 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏 on the swing with police officers surrounding her. It turns out 𝗴cie was a schizophrenic and she forgot to take her medication. And she pushed her son 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏 nearly 44 hours on the swing without stopping. Temperatures fell as low as 51 degrees and it was raining when she was pushing him, which caused 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 to die from dehydration and hypothermia.
Oh my goodness. I can barely swing for an hour. I can't imagine swinging for 2 days straight. That sounds insane.
During her trial, the judge found 𝗴cie not criminally responsible and sent her free under a 5-year conditional release order, saying that she must see a psychiatrist and take her medication. This case is so sad, and can you imagine being this mother snapping out of that trance? She was probably so scared and confused and was wondering what happened to her little boy.
I can't believe the lady never got in trouble for causing her child's death. What do you guys think? The next story is probably one of the most terrifying things I have seen in my life. In this story, poor woman was torn into a soup, which is crazy. Don't forget to watch until then.
Let's talk about before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thanks. Blank Room. Soup is known.to be one of the videos of the website called Dark Web. You may see a man eating a soup, but the soup he is eating was his wife. Why? Because the 2 masked guys killed her wife and made her eat soup. You can see the tears on his eyes, and he is crying because his wife is dead, and he is gonna be next. Then, the 2 masked guys patted his back comforting.
This sounds so awful and sad. I was actually able to find footage of this incident. So let's watch it. This is the creepiest thing ever to me. Not only this, but there is also another video of them kidnapping someone, so here it is. This is so awful, and apparently these people are still on the loose. So make sure to stay away from anyone that looks like this.
𝗴cie 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 incident.
𝗴cie 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was known for behaving strangely in the elevator. She has strict parents who sometimes wouldn't let her travel alone or without them. But one day, she was thrilled to be able to travel to downtown Los Angeles by herself. She arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013, and checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 28. On January 31, 2013, she disappeared from the hotel. Her parents were worried and tried to contact her, but couldn't reach her.
This sounds terrifying. Imagine going missing. My parents would be so scared.
They reported her missing, but there was no sign of her for weeks. Meanwhile, guests at the Cecil Hotel started complaining about the water being black and having an unusual taste. The hotel staff investigated, and on February 19, 2013, they found 𝗴cie 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's body was found floating in the hotel's water tank on the roof.
Oh my goodness, this sounds so disgusting. I feel so sad for the poor girl and the people in the hotel, because the whole time they were drinking that girl's body, and they didn't even know it.
There were no signs of trauma, and the initial conclusion was an accidental death. However, footage from the hotel elevator showed 𝗴cie acting strangely. She was pressing multiple buttons and seemed disoriented and distressed.
It turned out the reason the girl was so scared was because she was being chased. The person that was chasing her probably ended her and put her in a tank, which is so sad. Rest in peace. This last death is the worst thing I have ever heard in my life. You cannot miss this, so watch until the end.
Let's talk about
𝘀𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗰𝗿𝗶𝗯𝗲𝗿.
In the 1990s, a Mexican television channel broadcasted information about missing people. These broadcasts often appearing during commercial breaks, aimed to spread awareness of missing individuals. Each broadcast featured the person's name, age, and date they went missing. One particular broadcast, however, people were shocked. The broadcast of 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗿𝗶, a woman who went missing on April 22nd in 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗋, Mexico City, was allegedly interrupted during a children's television show. Her photo was replaced with an unsettling image.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón. Selene Delgado López se ignora su paradero desde el 28 de mayo del año 2000.
If I saw this live, I think I would actually poop my pants. That's how scary it is.
Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
People were shocked because of this. It was interrupted by this man. And thousands of children were horrified.
I did some digging on the dark web and found out that this man was actually the one that kidnapped this girl and was the reason that she died, which is so sad. Comment rest in peace. We all love to watch live streams. However, some live streams are dangerous and people even die. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hype the video if you are on mobile. The first live stream is called
The Man in the Window,
and this live stream is horrifying. This video will explain everything.
March 2025, TikTok user 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝘀𝗰𝗿𝗄𝗃 was doing a casual late-night live stream, just chatting with her followers, when something strange happened. Now, in the moment, Hannah didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, but her viewers did.
I've
had enough of this, mate. Look at the state of you, you stupid little... Not you. You! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? This was live and you saw this?
Clouds, if I saw this, I would actually poop my pants. Like, imagine turning around and in your window, you see some creepy monster. That is horrifying.
But her viewers did.
Pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos.
Oh my god!
Muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la 𝘀𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗋 del 2018 más o menos, que tiene.
Mate, that is fucking horrible. That is horrible. That is absolutely goddamn horrible.
El cabello cortito y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver. O sea, ella se ve increíble, tenía el cabello súper bonito y yo parezco. No sé, o sea, ¿qué opinan ustedes?
The face of something can be seen peering.
The face of something. The face of death!
Inside. It lingers there for several seconds, as if watching her.
Yeah, this is super scary. All of you should close your blinds at night, so no creepy person watches you. This next story is crazy, because someone was hiding in this girl's closet while she was live streaming. This video will explain everything.
Hey guys, so someone commented in one of my videos that I use, and I use the 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗋𝗋. So I'm gonna try that on, and
This one is so silly and scary to me. Like, why would she go to the closet where someone is hiding? That is so dumb. If I was her, I would have ran as far as I can and jumped into my pool. But Clouds, these next live stream moments are crazy. So watch until the end. The next person we will talk about is the playground man. Clouds, you may think this is innocent, because it's probably just kids playing at a playground, but it's very dark, so watch until the end. I'm not sure if I am just a scaredy cat, but this is probably the most horrifying thing I have ever seen. Clouds, I really recommend not going to the playground late or night, or this will happen to you. This next story is about a girl whose skin was melted off. Basically, what happened is that she was eating a burger, that is when someone stole it and she chased him for it back. But then the burger thief kidnapped her and did bad things. This video will show what happened.
Who are you? Let me in. Huh? Help me. What? What's wrong with you? Did what? It took my daughter.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I saw this in the corner of my eye, I'm hitting her with a frying pan. That's how scared I am. But I also do feel really bad for her. Like, imagine someone steals your food, you try to get it back, and then all of a sudden you are being melted alive. That sounds horrifying. But this next story is insane, so make sure to keep on watching Clouds. The next person we will talk about is the Jessica. This woman had a passion for the ocean and loved dolphins. But one day something went wrong, so let's see what happened.
It's over for Jessica Radcliffe. Yes, you waited well. She lived for the ocean, for creatures that run at its doors. I explain everything to you, but just take a second to subscribe. Do not pass this video without leaving rest in peace in the comments. She was already one of the most respected coaches in the world. His passion for orcas was deeper than his career. It was an obsession with life. A dream that led her to every step by her real name, 𝗀𝗏 𝗀𝗏. A young, smiling orca trainer, loved by everyone. And yet that day, something changed. The orca she considered her friend, her partner, suddenly changed her gaze.
I feel so sad. What did the orca do that? Let's keep watching.
In a flash, he catches it. Trains at the bottom of the basin. The water becomes red. The cries are drowning in silence. The public remains frozen, helpless. And the cameras film what many describe as one of the most terrifying moments ever seen in a marine park. Except that after this drama, nothing, no trace, just viral videos, rumors, and this name.
Clouds. I feel so bad for the poor woman. She just wanted to have fun with her orca, but it ended up her. Comment rest in peace for her. We all love to go outside and have fun, but sometimes the creepiest things happen outside. Today we will look at the creepiest incidents ever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype the video to stay safe. The first incident we are going to talk about are the
plane crash incidents.
And this is one of my biggest fears because it is so scary. Like, imagine being stuck inside the plane and you can't even do anything, but pray you survive. Let's look at this video.
That shit just crashed. Holy.
You see the plane still?
Oh my god! Holy clouds, that's scary. Imagine grilling in the backyard and a plane crashes in front of you. It looks like it was a military plane, so luckily there wasn't anybody inside of it and no one was hurt. Do you all think the plane landed somewhere safe? I hope it didn't hit someone's house, because they would end up homeless. But clouds, the next plane crash is in the jungle, and this is dangerous because animals could hunt you down. The first animal I think of is a tiger or a venomous snake. But in this next video, a chimpanzee actually attacked this woman and ripped out her. I can't say it, but this video explains everything.
The attack of Travis the Chimp.
The chimp killed my friend!
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please!
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
The police up! With a gun! With a gun! Hurry
Who
up!
has a gun?
Please, hurry up! He's killing my girlfriend!
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend!
Who's killing your friend?
My chimpanzee!
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
Yes. He ripped her apart! Hurry up! Hurry up, please!
There's someone on the way.
The clip I just showed you was the attack of Travis the chimp. Travis was a male chimpanzee who was also an actor. He appeared on many shows and movies, but February 16, 2009, he finally snapped. The woman on the phone was Sandra Harrell, and the woman he attacked was Charla Nash, a friend of the owner. Travis tore off her nose, ears, and hands. He also blinded her in the process.
The 911 call sounded so scary. And why is the police operator so slow? Like, girl, he is trying to ask all these questions while her friend is being ripped apart. Of course, she isn't able to answer them. And guys, I did some research and found out that Travis is a celebrity monkey, and found out the reason he got angry was because the girl was holding his favorite Elmo toy. And if you didn't know, monkeys are actually 2 times stronger than humans, which is why he was able to tear up the poor woman's face, which sounds like a nightmare. But if you think this chimpanzee was scary clouds, this next animal incident is even worse and is about an ape, and it's very sad. Some kid crawled into a gorilla habitat at the zoo. Watch until the end because things get scary.
Mommy's right here! Who's that?
Oh my god!
Isaiah?
Okay, everybody back up. I'll take you. He's trying to switch.
Okay. Mommy loves you. I'm right here. My son loves you.
No, he's playing with it. He's playing. He's playing. No. Please protect him.
Isaiah, be calm. Be calm.
Good.
Be calm. Be calm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that coming?
I wonder what the mom was thinking. Like, how does the kid end up in the gorilla habitat if the mom is watching them, and they ended up shooting the gorilla, which is so sad, because the gorilla didn't even hurt the child. Please comment rest in peace for this gorilla. But these next incidents made me pee my pants, so keep watching. This next incident is called
the Beast Woman Incident.
And this is probably the most horrifying thing ever, because this woman ate her pet. This video shows everything.
In the moonlight,
East Asia.
Cats look delicious. Your cat looks delicious.
Yeah, she's cute.
Where to buy?
From the pet store. She's weird.
Way down along the stream. How very, very sweet.
Hi fans, guess what I'm doing? No one ever dared.
This is so awful. I can't believe anyone would do that to their pet. And the fact she did it on a live stream is even worse. Comment if you think she should go to jail. This next incident is called
the Mochi Incident.
And this happened when a lady was making mochi. That is when she got injured and turned into mochi herself. This video shows what happened.
The Mochi Incident.
Okay, Mom, I'm going to work. Okay, take care, sweetie. Let's start, buddy.
Sorry for that.
This incident really horrified me. Like, imagine you are just making food and then you got turned into mushy mochi. My advice is to never make mochi like this. But clouds, these next incidents are crazy, so watch until the end. The next incident we will talk about is the face split incident. Already this sounds super dark, so let's just watch this explanation.
Face split incident.
The face split incident took place in Spain back in 2009. It all started when 2 brothers were swimming in the ocean and decided to jump off a cliff. The first brother jumped perfectly and landed safely in the water, without injuries. Then it was the second brother's turn. He was ready to jump, but when he did, he landed on a concrete, splitting his face open.
Oh my goodness, Clouds. I feel so bad for the guy. He just wanted to have some fun.
He then fell into the water. As he floated, his head was completely covered in blood, staining the water around him red. He was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors tried everything to save him, but he sadly died. There's a video of the incident, but I'd rather not watch it. It's too disturbing. Stay safe.
Holy, this is actually so sad. I feel bad for this person. I literally would never wanna watch an actual video from this incident. It just seems too creepy. Comment RIP for this guy in the comments. The next incident we will talk about is actually from a mukbanger, but the things he ate were very disturbing.
Let's talk about
Simental mukbangs.
There was a man from Indonesia. He was known on the year 2003. God is a mukbanger. He was born in March 3.1972 and was known as Horrorman because one day there was a man that died and need to be buried on the grave. And the man, which is known as a mukbanger, started eating the dead body.
Well, Clouds, this is so scary. Why would he eat someone else's body? That is so disturbing and messed up. I would never do such a terrible thing.
A girl found the grave open and called the police, and the police quickly arrived and arrested the man. Well, that's all I know. Goodbye and stay safe.
It is good that this person got arrested. Hopefully no one else got eaten. The next incident is so stinky, and probably one of the most disturbing things I have ever heard before, so I'm sure you won't want to miss this.
Let's talk about
2girls.com.
So there was this 2 girls that were in a sleepover and alone in their house. But what the other girl did was horrible, and the one 𝘀𝗀𝗯𝗀𝗶𝗯𝗲𝗿 because the girl one said, "Hey, let's go get a cup and go POOP and let's eat it." And what's more crazy is that the girl too said sure.
Who would ever do something so nasty? If a baby did this, it would kind of make sense. But how is a teenager doing something so disgusting?
And then when they got the cup, they started POOP1ing dot in it and then laughing, and after they laughed they ate their own POOP. But then their neighbors saw them, and the neighbor decided to call the police. Then they were both arrested for the one 𝘀𝗀𝗯𝗀𝗃 crime. That's all, bye and stay safe.
I am so glad that these girls got arrested, because this could have gone worse. Like, what if these girls decided to give the POOP to their siblings or other people? That would be very bad. Please don't ever try this, Clouds. This next incident is actually so creepy, so we should just go straight into the video. Watch until the end.
Let's talk about
3 men, 1 hammer.
There was this man that was peacefully riding in his bike until these 2 guys came up to him and smashed his bike's wheels with a hammer. And after that, they then smashed the man's 𝘀𝗀𝗃 and the man was bleeding so hard.
This is probably the creepiest story I have ever heard. Before, I think I almost peed my pants. But let's keep watching.
After the man was conscious, they then carried his body to a snowy forest. The body of the man was then putted laying down in the snow, and then the other man pulled out a screwdriver and stabbed the man's tummy countless times. The poor man was bleeding in his mouth, and while he was breathing, the body on his mouth were bubbling. They then also stabbed the man's left eye, which bleeded so much. After that, they tied his 𝘀𝗃𝗃 body on a tree and started taking pictures.
Oh my goodness, Clouds. I am actually shaking right now. That is so sad. Why are people so cruel? This is so messed up. Let me know in the comments if this story made you feel sad. This next incident is also about a mukbanger. However, this had a much more disturbing ending, so you won't want to miss it.
Part 3. Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thanks. This all started when a man from the Philippines decided to do mukbang.videos to earn money and to help his family for it. A few days later, not long ago, some of his so-called follower challenged him to eat a chicken bone, which is not very good for people. He made that video and gained much views, but what he didn't know is that he died just after a few days, and the person who challenged him to do that hasn't been arrested. Like, why? I feel absolutely bad about that man, even though he don't know me. And if you want to support him, he has a TikTok, here's his user. And his brother are the one doing the mukbangs now, because 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋𝗋 died. Condolences, by the way.
That is so sad. I never knew that eating a chicken bone could make someone die. I do not know why someone would comment that. It is just so cruel. I am glad that the brothers still do TikTok. I hope they continue to make good mukbangs. I found another disturbing incident. We need to talk about. This one is called the skin case. So once, there was a sailor, and he noticed something strange in the river. When he got close, he realized it was the skin of someone's body, which is so disturbing. This video explains it well.
This is considered one of the most shocking cases in Polish history. On January 6, 1999, a sailor in Poland noticed something strange floating on the river. It was long and pale and it smelled very bad. And as he leaned in closer to get a better look, he saw an ear attached to it. Now, what I'm about to say next is very disturbing, so be warned. After the sailor found this substance, DNA testing then indicated it was the skin of a missing woman named Katarzyna Zawada.
That is actually so sad. I wonder how this woman went missing. Let's keep watching.
And whoever did this to her turned her skin into a suit and was likely wearing it. So at this point, only her skin was found. Until January 14th, when pieces of her clothing and one leg was found also in the river. 17 years later, 52-year-old Robert J. was arrested for this. He previously worked in a dissection lab, meaning he was skilled in preparing animal skin. And he allegedly also knew the victim. As of October 2022, 23 years since the victim was found, Robert J. is still awaiting trial. As he remains in custody, investigators are allegedly gathering more evidence to solve the case. Follow for more.
This is so disturbing. Like, what do you mean they were wearing their skin? How could someone do such a thing? I recommend you all to not search up pictures from this incident, as it is so sad. The next incident was actually from a K-pop star, which means K-pop might be very dangerous. Let's keep watching to see what happens.
The dark story behind
the tile incident.
You might not know who is this guy, right? His name is 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋𝗋 and he is a K-pop idol from the group called NCT Dream. You might be shocked what he did. Basically, 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋 a 12-year-old girl. Which means 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗋 demanded that the 12-year-old girl reveals her to him. He messaged only young girls, and wanted to seize girls and wanted it to take a picture and sent it to him.
This is probably the most disturbing and disgusting thing I have heard today. I can't believe a K-pop star this big would do something like this. Never talk to random people you meet on the internet. Clouds.
But some of young girls said that it's illegal and doesn't want to send it to him. And I think that 𝘀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋𝗋 rage and K1L3D them. The people were shocked of what 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗋 did. So people begins to destroy 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗋's photocards and his pictures. And SM, the CEO of the company, kicked 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗋 out from NCT Group. He's in jail for this. So please girls, keep your safety with you. And by the way, we don't know who was the girl, or what happened. There's no CCTV footage, but I think it will reveal it soon.
It is very good that he was kicked out of his group and sent to jail, but I feel so very bad to all the little girls he did bad things to. I would never let kids near a man like this in my life. If I ever see this man, I would throw my mom's slipper at him. This next incident was very popular on TikTok a couple years ago because of how disturbing it was. Let's watch this explanation.
Let's talk about
the cat in a blender incident.
This incident happened in May 2023. It involved a calico cat being blended by a man. It started when he put the cat in a blender and began turning it on and off repeatedly. Eventually, he stopped turning it off and left it running. The cat was in extreme pain as it was blended, while the man was laughing.
How could someone do such a thing to an innocent cat? I have had over 4 cats and I love all of them so much I couldn't imagine doing something like this.
The cat continued to meowing for help as its organs and blood spread inside the blender. After that, he put the cat in a microwave and continued laughing until the cat died. Initially, the video went viral in China, then it spread internationally. It got so popular that Chinese netizens were able to locate and find him. The man was identified as 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗋𝗋, a Chinese food blogger and social media influencer from Anhui province. He was detained for only 15 days, because in China, animal cruelty is not considered a serious crime. May the cat rest in peace.
I can't believe anyone would do this to their own pet. That is so cruel. And he needs to be locked up for the rest of his life. Not just 15 days. The fact he was laughing is also very sick. If you want to know what the guy looks like, this is his face. This last incident is probably the creepiest one of them all. So you have to watch to the end. You can't miss this.
Explaining incidents, part 2.
Fire breathing incident.
This man was from USA. He is known for breathing in fire, which is his talent. But one day something tragic incident had happened during the show. During his performance, he was lighting up a fire on a torch or whatever it's called and putted it in his mouth. But then he accidentally swallowed some of the fuel. After it, he then burped and the fire was under his stomach.
This sounds so horrifying. I would never want this to happen to me.
After just 1 second, his stomach and body exploded, and the people who was watching him perform thought it was part of the acting, and his body parts went on people's faces. Later on, his head was found on the popcorn machine.
You all, if I went to the show, I would be screaming my lungs out in the crowd, because that is way too scary. Please, do not try to find any videos from these incidents. Don't forget to like and subscribe by my clouds.